Hello, entrepreneurs. This is chapter 7, the marketing plan. I am emphasizing on this particular chapter because on your business plan, you would be required to draw up a detailed marketing plan. Basically, the marketing plan entails how you are going to price your product, how you are going to package it, how are you going to promote it. We usually call it the 4 P's, or even now 6 P's. How are you going to make sure that it reaches the destination where it's intended to reach? Now, the chapter starts with consumer orientation, where they give you an overview that in the past, people used to produce products. They were driven by production, but they never really thought about the customer needs. Nowadays, the customer is the focal point. This is where we actually draw our strength to produce products that suit their taste, that suit their requirements, that provide a value proposition for those particular customers. So the consumer has become very important. So you need to know who you are choosing. So the market analysis entails looking at all the people who are providing the same product that you intend to provide and say, how can I best make sure that these needs are fulfilled? And then the competition would be all the people. What is it that they have done better? How can you make sure that you are in a position to outdo them by providing a superior product or service? So your marketing strategies are all you got in terms of achieving this goal, because there are always many products and services out there. But the important thing is that the person who is an entrepreneur, who is establishing himself or as a product provider or as a service provider, how do you go about making sure that you've got a good marketing strategy that would actually best reach the target market that you have decided? Again, marketing for small business is different because you are not just focusing on the product, you are not just focusing on a service, but you are focusing on the business as a whole. So you cannot just do only one segment of the various marketing planning and organizing and even controlling of the marketing management as a whole. But you have to, the nature of marketing research in a small business is a bit different from bigger organization. Now, you have to make sure that you follow various steps in terms of marketing your product. Your product needs to be researched thoroughly, because if you don't do research, you may be producing a service or a product that is actually not needed. So to identify the need for your product is very important, because you want to know exactly through a survey whether your customers will buy the product or not. I've seen a lot of foreign nationals walking around the township identifying highly densely populated spaces or where there is a lot of traffic before they establish their shops. And then you also have secondary data which is available online that can tell you what has been the trend. That information is very helpful in terms of your marketing, of your market analysis. And then you need to define and interpret that particular data so that you can make decisions about your market. The last thing that I want to discuss is the target markets. How you actually go about segmenting your market, because when you segment the market, it's like you are dividing your market into sections, like what the various things that the variables that you will be using, like demographic, who are my customers, what do they like, what are they like. You can actually describe them in terms of age, marital status, gender, and occupational income. And then you can after demographic variables, you can look into segmenting your market in terms of geographical location. All those things, they actually enable you to identify your market. But I think you have a very good demonstration from the Airbnb example on how you can successfully draw up a marketing plan. So that video and that article gives you a very good information about this chapter.